Hello, dear friends. Welcome to Story Orchard. Here, stories are not just for fun. They also make your English listening and reading vocabulary better. Before we start, make sure to hit subscribe for new adventurous stories, and tell me in the comments, which words did you learn, and where in the world are you listening from? I love reading your comments. My name is Alice, I am 17 years old, and I go to a public high school in Ohio. People always say high school is about classes, grades, and finding yourself. But the truth is that it's also about drama, conflicts, and fights that sometimes feel bigger than anything else in your life. For me, it all started one rainy Monday morning in the cafeteria, when the tension between two groups of girls, the popular ones and the so-called outsiders, finally exploded into something nobody could ignore. I wasn't part of either group, but I had friends on both sides, which meant I was always caught in the middle, watching everything like a silent witness who couldn't stop what was coming. The popular girls were led by Jessica, the captain of the cheerleading team, tall, confident, and always walking around like the school was her kingdom. Teachers loved her because she was charming and participated in every event, and many admired her beauty, but underneath, she was arrogant and ruthless. On the other side was Monica, who led a small group of girls that everyone called outcasts. They were smart, quiet, and didn't care about popularity. But Monica was different. She was brave and never backed down when Jessica pushed her. For weeks the two clashed in little ways. Jessica shoving Monica in the hallway, Monica throwing sarcastic comments back, and the rest of us watching quietly, knowing it was only a matter of time before something bigger happened. That Monday it finally did. Jessica walked past Monica in the cafeteria and knocked her tray of food to the ground. Maybe she called it an accident, but everyone knew it wasn't. The whole cafeteria went silent as Monica stared at Jessica with fire in her eyes. Oops. You should watch where you're standing. Jessica smirked, and the room filled with tension you could cut with a knife. Monica clenched her fists. Her friends tried to pull her back, but her pride wouldn't let her stay quiet. You think you can bully everyone just because you're popular and wear a cheer uniform? She shouted, her voice shaking with anger. Jessica leaned closer with that cruel grin, saying, "And what are you gonna do about it?" For a moment, I thought Monica would throw the first punch, but a teacher walked in and the fight paused, leaving everyone holding their breath. But in my heart, I knew this wasn't over. This was just the beginning. By the next day, the whole school was buzzing with rumors. Monica is gonna fight Jessica after school. It's happening behind the gym. Don't tell the teachers. The whispers spread like wildfire, and by the end of the day, it felt like the entire school was planning to be there. I remember walking to my locker with my stomach in knots, wondering if I should stay far away or go watch like everyone else. Curiosity won, and when the final bell rang, I found myself behind the gym with dozens of other students, forming a circle around Jessica and Monica as if it were some underground boxing ring. Jessica had her teammates behind her, tall, confident cheerleaders crossing their arms, while Monica stood with her smaller group, tense but determined. The energy in the air was electric, like something bad was about to happen, and no one could stop it. Jessica shoved Monica first, her voice sharp. "Say you're sorry." But Monica pushed her back, shouting, "No, you've pushed people around long enough." Then suddenly Jessica swung her fist, hitting Monica in the face. The crowd gasped and erupted in shouts. My heart pounded as Monica stumbled, then lunged at Jessica, tackling her to the ground. The fight became chaos. Fists flying, hair pulling, kids screaming, phones held high recording everything. When Jessica's friends tried to step in, Monica's friends rushed forward too. And in seconds it turned into a group brawl. Backpacks flew, punches landed, girls fell, and the circle tightened until it was nothing but raw violence right in front of me. I wanted to scream, but my voice was stuck in my throat. Just when it felt like nobody would stop it, a teacher's furious voice thundered from behind us. What is going on here? The entire crowd scattered in panic. Phones vanished into pockets. Kids bolted in every direction. But it was too late. The principal, Mrs. Harris, arrived with security guards, and the main fighters were caught red-handed. I'll never forget the look on Jessica's face when the guards pulled her back, or the blood on Monica's lip as she stood there breathing heavily, still defiant even in front of the adults. The next morning, the school was different. The fight was all anyone could talk about, and even though the administration tried to stop it, the videos spread like wildfire. I heard kids in every hallway replaying it, laughing, gasping, or whispering about who started it. The principal gathered all of us in the auditorium and gave a furious speech about violence, reputation, and consequences. But deep down, I think she knew this wasn't just about one fight. It was about weeks of bullying, pride, and silence. She wanted names, and she wanted the truth. Jessica and Monica were dragged into his office, and word spread quickly about their stories. Jessica claimed Monica provoked her with insults, while Monica insisted Jessica had been tormenting her for weeks. I knew both of them weren't telling the full truth. The fight wasn't just about that lunch tray. It was about every cruel comment, every shove in the hallway, every moment of disrespect building up until it finally exploded. By Friday, the punishments came. Jessica was suspended from the cheerleading team for the rest of the season. A decision that shocked everyone because the school relied on her for performances and competitions. Monica and her two closest friends were suspended for 2 weeks, and others who joined the fight got detention and letters sent home. The hallways buzzed with mixed feelings. Some students cheered Monica for standing up against a bully. Others said she should have kept calm. Jessica's swagger was gone. Her teammates resented her for ruining their season. And Monica came back weeks later with her bruise healed, but her reputation bigger than ever. But what stayed with me wasn't just the fight. It was what it revealed. Teachers suddenly realized how much bullying had been ignored. And students realized fights didn't just appear out of nowhere. They were born from silence, pride, and anger left unchecked. For me, it was a lesson that sometimes silence makes you just as guilty as those throwing punches. I had seen the build-up, the signs, the warnings, but like everyone else, I stayed quiet until it was too late. That fight taught me that words can be just as powerful as fists. And sometimes the biggest battles aren't fought behind the gym, but in the choices we make every single day. Even months later, the school fight lived on like a legend. Videos were still secretly shared online. Whispers still filled the hallways. And even though the bruises faded, the story never did. It became a reminder for all of us that high school isn't just about learning math or English. It's about figuring out who you are, what you'll stand up for, and knowing when to fight back or when to walk away. And every time I walk past that gym, I still hear the echoes of that day, the shouting, the chaos, the fear. And I wonder if maybe that fight changed us all forever.